All right, my beautiful Glam fam, let's get started. Oh my goodness, it's been a while, you guys. So forgive me today if I'm a little rusty because it's been like 3 weeks since I have filmed a video. I just want to thank you guys for all your love and support throughout my health concerns and journey. And it's just been a long, long road. I am not fully okay yet. I still am experiencing, if you are new here, I had some acid reflux that turned into chronic GERD. And it's just something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. But it was one of those, I don't know if any of you have had acid reflux in your lifetime, but imagine the worst case of acid reflux if you had it, where you just have stabbing pains in your esophagus, your chest, you can't breathe. Imagine having that every single day, all day long. That was what my life was like for 2 months. And I ended up having to get an endoscopy and a colonoscopy done at the same time, along with some biopsies, just to make sure that there was nothing going on. The good news is when I did the endoscopy and colonoscopy last week, they didn't see, there was nothing that my gastroenterologist could see for himself that concerned him. So that was positive. And I was praying so hard. I was so stressed up until that point. Almost made the colonoscopy prep not that bad because I had so much anxiety over getting both of those done because I've never had either one of them. The good news is through the colonoscopy prep, my acid reflux just died down. And I was like, okay, should I just do a colonoscopy prep every single day so I don't feel this anymore? But after the numbness wore off from the endoscopy, it just, oh my gosh, you guys, the stabbing pains that you get from the scraping of the biopsy, number one, when the numbness wears off after the endoscopy. Colonoscopy was fine. And then the GERD came back. So after a few days, so unfortunately, so I've just been, it's not as like a scale of 10 anymore. It's more around like some nights 8s, depending on what I eat or if I eat too much. And then sometimes it goes down to like a 3. So right now, like waking up, I'm filming like really early because I got to get my hair done today and I want to do an all day wear test for you guys on this new product. And then, so yeah, this morning I woke up to around a 2 to 3. So I don't know. It's hit or miss. So I'm just trying to do my best. Filming is not that, I haven't been putting that on a priority right now. I had a lot of stuff filmed already to push out for shorts and stuff like that. And I still have another video I need to edit on the new Viseart palette. So this will be coming out soon. This is the Praline palette. Oh my gosh, you guys, this palette is so gorgeous. So I have a look with this that I already filmed a while back, a couple weeks ago. So I will be pushing that out at some point. But I also have the new Natasha Denona Mini Gloom palette. I know a lot of you were excited to see a look like that. I'm so sorry. I know with my health issues, I haven't been able to push these out as soon as they launch, but I do have that. That will be the next video probably. All right, you guys. So this is the brand new Makeup Forever HD Skin Full Cover Concealer. And this is a multi-use waterproof concealer that you can use all over the face. So this is going to be a lot like the Too Faced Born This Way multi-purpose. The Urban Decay one, which I searched high and low for last night. I did a video on it, so you can check out that video, but it's a lot like that product as well. I would say these 3 are probably the most universal as far as being able to conceal, correct, use as a foundation, and also a contour. So if you want to do that, I only picked up one shade because I'm on a budget, but I did buy this myself and I didn't know what shade to get. Usually I have the HD Skin, and this is the just their regular concealer that came out like, I don't know, what, 3 years ago now, you guys? I can't remember. I'll show you guys the video I did right there. You can check that out after this video, because when you guys watch the video all the way through, it really does help my videos out doing that. I know sometimes you don't have the time to do it, but just put it on pause. So anyway, this is a really good one, but this is just way too light for me. So we may mix this a little bit with this one because, again, I picked up a shade that I can use all over the face versus one that's going to give me, I like a lot of brightening under my eye. not a lot of people like to do that, and I understand that. A lot of people just like it to be skin, like almost blend in with the foundation. So this is going to be that kind of color. I have worn this for about 3 other times, and I've kind of just tested it out, just minor little spot conceals. So I do really, really like this product. So spoiler alert. All right, you guys, so let's jump into the details really fast. Again, this is an all over multi-use waterproof concealer from Make It Forever, and this retails for $35 US. You get 0.3 ounces and 9 mils of product. So you're looking about $3.89 per mil. This is made in France, and you do get a 6-month shelf life on this. It's described as a hydrating full coverage concealer with a dual-ended applicator. This ultra thin formula delivers high coverage with a weightless fill that addresses visible pores, texture, and fine lines. It gives a smooth, semi-matte coverage that visibly blurs the pores and imperfections with up to 36 hours of wear. The precision wand and blending brush make it easy to conceal, correct, or contour while giving you skincare ingredients that help brighten dark circles and reduce imperfections over time. The applicator allows a targeted coverage and seamless blending with a built-in brush, and it's perfect for under the eyes or all over application. It is kind of a soft brush too. I wasn't quite sure. I didn't like the Urban Decay one as much on the brush end, and then the Too Faced never came with that. So just so you guys know that. I do find this, I haven't tried the brush, so we're going to try that on camera today, but it feels pretty good. And it does have a nice doe foot applicator. It's a good size. It's not as big as the Too Faced one. I'll show you guys the comparisons right there, but it is a good one to really get that precision under the eye and pinpoint some of those, like if you have an acne scar or whatever the case is that you want to cover up. The highlighted ingredients are niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and pomegranate extract. So let's take a look at the full ingredient list. We have dimethicone as the first ingredient, and then we have water. Usually water is first, so this does have this smoothing dimethicone at the front of the list. And then you guys could take a look at the rest of the ingredients. You do have alcohol in there, not as high up as some of the other ones, but it is in there. And I know some of you are allergic to that, so I just wanted to point that out. All right, I think you had enough time looking at the list. Let's take a look at the shades. So this is available in 32 shades to perfectly match every skin tone. I went with 1N14, and that is light skin tones with neutral undertones. Let's take a look at the swatch that I did for you guys. So it definitely is a perfect undertone for me. This has a little bit more of a peachy undertone than like a neutral peach than the Too Faced one. So I'll show you guys in case some of you, because I know some of you really like this product. I used to love this product. And this is, I think this is shade Vanilla. That was a perfect shade for me in the Too Faced Born This Way line. So I love that one. It has more of a yellow neutral undertone, where this one has more of a peachy undertone, which I think this actually matches me even better. I used to think I was more yellow, but I think I'm more peach neutral, truly what I am. I don't know. My skin, because I'm so mixed ethnicity, you just never know. I can pull different ones. Anyway, all right, I don't have anything on my face. I just did my skincare routine, and I just used my Calacine products because you guys know my Calacine is my everything. And you guys, look at how much my hair is growing. So I have a little clip in right there, ignore that. But I had, is it this side? This side. Wait, this side. Yeah, this side. It's hard to tell. So all of this was literally gone. So this is from the bleach. So this is all, just ignore my clip in. This is all growing. I mean, look at that. It's crazy healthy too, even though it doesn't feel or maybe look like it because it's all broken. It's crazy soft and healthy. And this is all from the Calacine. I mean, just ignore my roots because we're getting those done today. I'm not bleaching right now. I'm only coloring, and I'm just making it a lighter brown just to blend in with the blonde a little bit more because I'm growing out my blonde. So not that I'm going dark, I'm just gonna add in some highlights again, but we're just gonna do more highlights with the brown root. So that is just the process, but we have to let this rest for about 6 months. So, and then I'll go back to putting some highlights in the front, maybe some money pieces or something like that. So anyway, that's the process with my hair, but Calacine Advanced Hair System, I think is what it's called, is just truly magical, you guys. If you have any type of hair loss, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And I have some really exciting news and some giveaway stuff coming up, so stay tuned for that. So I'm excited about that. I love doing giveaways, you guys. And then I have my actual Kelosime skincare on, not to get off track. And I did this morning just my pigment solution. You guys know that is just my holy grail skincare product. Can't live without it. And then I do have the Dermatology vitamin C, E, and F on. We're getting this scar faded quickly. Just remember, even though these are powerful, it still takes time to heal and fade. So just know that. I mean, just the fact that my skin has improved so dramatically, it's not even funny, you guys. My skin feels like it's 20 years old. That's how soft and just amazing. Yes, I still have sun damage and discolorization. It's not going to go away completely. It still needs time to do that, but Kelosime is a dream come true. So I am going to put some eye cream on. I usually do this ahead of time, but I think they're still running the special by the time I am done filming. With any Kelosime purchase, you get 2 sample sizes of the Kelosime, which is up to like 2 weeks that you can try out. So like say you're buying my Holy Grail moisturizer, right? You can get 2 weeks sample, or you can just buy this and get the 2 week sample. So the best eye cream ever made. Amazing for hooded eyes, especially as mature skin. And I just do about that much. I never do this on camera, so I just wanted to show you guys. I think I have in the past, but it's been a while. I'm just gonna put that underneath the eye. I always use the ring finger, and then I'm just gonna smooth that out. I didn't sleep very good last night, so I don't know if my dark circles are coming through. I'm gonna put a little bit right there. My glass marks that I can't just get rid of. I gotta do better with that. Find out a different solution. If you guys have any solutions, please let me know in the comment. Like, I wear glasses a lot off camera. Now going in with my Kelosime Multi-Action Cream. This is my secret weapon to the perfect makeup look, you guys. This is amazing. It is the best moisturizer on the market, hands down. I cannot live without this moisturizer. It is so good. It is just so amazing for mature skin. And not only is it great for dry skin, but I think even oily skin ladies will like this because it's not overly greasy. It just leaves this beautiful radiance to the skin, and your skin feels like a baby's butt after. It's just amazing. I cannot do a makeup look without that moisturizer, nor can I go any day without that moisturizer, even if I'm not wearing makeup. It is that good. And then I lock it in with my Chantecaille Rose Water Spray. You guys, I am obsessed with this facial spray. Truly, my makeup just goes on and glides on so beautifully when I use those 2 products. It's amazing. All right, I'm going to let this kind of melt into the skin for a little bit, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the Freezy Face just to kind of smooth out the pores. Actually, I don't know if I need that today, because I am pretty tacky, and that's what I like about this moisturizer. So I've kind of switched things up. I used to do the Dermatology, by the way, this is the new packaging for the Dermatology water cream. I've been doing this earlier in my skin routine because it is a lighter serum. I was going against the grain because you're supposed to do lightest to thickest with skincare. So I've been kind of going against the grain, which has worked for me wonders. So I'm just switching it up recently. And sorry, there was like some type of lint there. It's flashing, you guys. Anyway, the water cream was something that it's so lightweight that I decided to put that on after my Kelosime Pro Pigment solution. And then I'm making this the final step before makeup now, where I was kind of doing the reverse. So it's going against everything. All right, let's jump into, so we're not going to wear foundation. So I'm going to do a little bit just to smooth out my pores a little bit and give a little bit of glide. I'm going to use the Dermatology #1 primer. You guys know this product is just truly amazing. Amazing. I don't think we need the NYX. We're going to see. We're going to try just doing it without. We're just going to kind of smooth out. This is like Benefit Professional, but much better with like truly good ingredients in there, where I don't feel like the Benefit one breaks me out. So I am excited to try out their new foundation. It looks good. It's more of a full coverage foundation, but I reached out to Benefit to see if they would, I wrote them an email or DM on Instagram, but never heard back from them. So apparently they don't want to send it to me. Not big enough. Anyway, I remember these things in the future, you guys. I remember these things. Who knows? Maybe they just didn't see it. We'll just go with that. I did get reached out from Laura Mercier. You guys are just going to send me some products. I'm excited about that. I've been using Laura Mercier for years, and I know I don't say that name right, but that's okay. You guys don't come for me in the comments, please. If you do, just say it nicely. That's all I ask. All right. So nice and smooth. I'm just giving that a little breathing room right there. All right. I need to get my mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing here. So this is how we're going to do a no foundation look, I guess you could say. So we're using this as an all over and an under eye, but I'm going to do the under eye last. I'm going to do some spot concealing, like redness and just areas where I want to cover. And we're going to try to use this brush. So again, this is 1N14. All right. So we definitely want to cover up that little spot right there. I have found, we're just going to do a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. I have found, and then I have some sun damage there. So we're just going to kind of do just a little spots here and there. Definitely right there. I don't like to do too much on my forehead just because it's quite wrinkly right now and it just settles into the lines. So I'm just going to do a little bit there, a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit there. Just kind of like how I'm going to spot conceal, just pinpointing it. Let's try this top section. So we're going to snap that off like that. And this is like that. It's really soft. I was surprised. Okay, let's start off with some of these areas that's still a little wet right there. And we're just gonna kind of, wow, this is actually useful. A lot of these like brushes, I think, can you guys just save the money for us? And they're useless, where this is actually good. And just say you forgot a brush when you're traveling. I do like the concept. If it's a good one, I like the concept of having it there. Don't worry, I'm going to use the sponge to blend out the rest. Now, do you need a sponge? A lot of people ask me that. Do I really need a sponge, Kristi? Can I just use brushes? And you can do anything you want. Do what works for you. The reason why I always have a sponge, for me personally, is because it shears out the coverage, and especially for mature skin, we kind of need that. We kind of need it to be sheared out because too much product is going to settle into our fine lines and wrinkles. So that's why I like to have it available. I mean, would I use this brush all the time? No. For all over the face? No. But it's still a good one that's on here. And it's good for those little areas where you just want a little bit more coverage, which is nice. And again, I'm doing the under eyes last, so that's why I'm holding back on that. I am going to take my BK Beauty 115 brush. And by the way, they're having their anniversary sale right now. I think it's still going on, you guys. So definitely check out. 115 is my favorite foundation brush ever made. And I'm just going to kind of spread that out a little bit more just to kind of see if we can take the remainder out and see how pretty that is. I mean, it truly is nice because you don't need a foundation. You really don't. And you can, whatever else you want to spot conceal down the road, you can use like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Powder. But it's really nice, especially for like my ladies that like only powdered foundation, like our Glamfam sister Amber. Hi, Amber. Amber only likes to use powdered foundation. I think she still uses the Makeup Forever one. I'm not sure which one you're using now, or the one size. But anyway, my point is that I need to do a little bit more on the redness there. My point is, like, just say you woke up with just a hormonal breakout and you like powdered foundation, where you can just use that little product just to spot conceal and do that and take care of it. It is truly a good one. I actually like this one better than the Too Faced. I like it better than any multi-purpose concealer out there on the market. Hourglass can be a little thick for spot concealing or using as a foundation, so it's better for just under the eye. So I've been spot concealing with this and then using my Hourglass for under my eye. But you can totally use this for under the eye as well, and I'll show you that in just a second. But you see how, like, that one I took away probably a little too much product. So before I go in with a little bit more, I am going to use my damp sponge. And this is a little too damp. I don't want to pull away too much product. So I'm just going to wring it out with my mom's work towels. And we're just going to take that out to look at the time. Make sure I'm staying on track so that I stay on time for my hair. And I'll check in with you guys outside and I'll show you outdoor footage from another day. Not that I didn't like say anything, but I just filmed it real quick just to show you guys. But this is what I like for normal every day, and especially in the summer when it's hot. Like today it's going to be 80. It never gets that hot here in Orange County, but not where I live. Not in my part of the Orange County area because I'm closer to the beach. So we don't get extreme heat, but 80 degrees is still pretty warm. But that's perfect. See, I don't need more than that. And I don't really like to put in, again, anything on my forehead, especially when I haven't had any Botox on my forehead, because those lines are lining. That's lovely. I'm just going to do a little bit more there. I'm going to let that set a little bit longer than I did. And I'm going to do a little bit on the redness right there. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to go, so I have some discolorization right there. We're going to go a little bit there, a little bit there for the concealer, and then that little lift right there. I don't think I need any more there. Maybe just a little bit on those areas. All right, so we're gonna let that kind of marinate a little bit. Let's use this Angie brush from BK Beauty. No, not Angie, I'm sorry, Nikki LaRose. This is the N16 brush. I've been using this brush a lot lately. I've been liking it for concealer. So I'm going to push that out now, spread it out, and then I'm gonna kind of pat that and bring it up into the under eye area. That will help with the creasing. It's a very thin product, which I really do appreciate. It's hard to do this without my magnifying mirror. Hopefully I'm doing it okay. See, it's really pretty for under the eye. This is a perfect color. If you don't like it to be too bright and you're a twinsy, to me, 1N14 was a perfect color. Just doing that. I'm gonna let that set a little bit longer. I'm gonna just take out this concealer. Again, just spreading it out. I'm gonna go into these little areas right there. Right up into the nose. I gotta get into my magnifying mirror to really see if I did this right. Sponge, just lightly bringing that out. This oxidizes a little bit. All foundations and concealers will oxidize, but not as much as the typical Makeup Forever ones for some reason. Usually Makeup Forever, I don't know if you guys had this experience, but they oxidize like crazy. Their powders, their foundations or concealers have always oxidized like crazy. So I always go down a shade with them due to that, but this worked out really nicely. All right, I think that's good. We're actually gonna take my BK Beauty Angie, and this is the A506. And we're going to use this because it's more dense. I like this one for spot concealing and eyeshadow base. And I actually like it. If you want more full coverage under your eye, then I like the Angie one better than the Nikki one. But that's good for diffusing out. Again, A506, just wanted to make sure I had that. I always get it confused with A504. And see how that just left the pigmentation. Now I'm just gonna kind of go around it versus on top of. And I'm not going to take my sponge there because I don't want to take away too much product. All right, let's use this on the eyelids for an eyeshadow base too. Ooh, that looks good, you guys. Okay, let's take a look at it up close in my mirror really quick before I show you guys, just to make sure I blended out okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, my skin literally looks flawless. All right, you guys, so I had to come back and film this part because I totally forgot to use this brush that I picked up when I bought this concealer. I also bought this brush because I wanted to try this technique from a makeup artist that I saw. I'll put her name right there. And she uses like a flat concealer brush, and I really like the way she does makeup. And what I've learned is that it's better to go off. The problem is you're going to waste product, but this is going to be a much better technique and you will see the difference. So I do want to show you guys, I know this is going to make this video a little bit longer, but I want to show you guys just another method that I have been really liking to do off camera. I was using a different brush, but I really wanted something a little bit flatter. I was using a smaller one. It was just a little bit more difficult. I find that this one's a large brush, and this is by Make It Forever, and this is the 230 brush, the straight. It's more like an eyeshadow brush, but it's so flat that you'll see why I like this so much. And this is such a fabulous technique for my ladies out there that don't want it to look cakey. So this is the side that I did the brush with, and then this is the side where I went directly to the skin with the doe foot applicator. So let's start with the correct way. I'm going to take the Make It Forever concealer and we're going to put that on the back of my hand. Again, you're going to waste product, so just be mindful of that. Then you're going to take the brush, and then you're going to warm that up with the brush on the back of your hand. Whenever you warm up the product, it's just going to go on better onto the skin, which is why I like to do that with blushes and bronzers. I've already told you guys that from the past. So you're going to just start spreading it onto the skin with the brush. Now you have more control with this type of precise application, and it's so flat, it's almost dense enough to really place that product in there. And as you guys can see, I always have that eyeglass mark from my glasses, especially today since I was wearing them all day. And you will see that it starts to just disappear. Whereas if I just went directly to the skin, used a brush or even a sponge, it starts to you're pulling away product and it's just not spreading it out and making it last. And as you guys can see the difference between the right side of my nose, your left, my right, and the other side where you see the eyeglass marks. And you'll see the difference when I show you the other way. And then you just start spreading that out, and then you can take the sponge later and start to blend it out. But I also did that little acne scar that I have right there, so I started placing that in. Now, doing it with the sponge over, you're going to start to see, and that's a dry sponge, which means it's not going to pull away as much product, but it still pulled away some of the product. So I don't always recommend that if you're going to do this technique, but I wanted to show you guys. If you're in a hurry, that's the best way to blend, is to get that sponge. A sponge is the only way you're going to get a seamless blend. I mean, you can have the most fabulous brushes, but I truly believe that the best way to not have your makeup cake up is to always go in with a sponge. So what you're going to want to do in that case is just kind of go around the edges versus right on top of it, and having it as almost to the point where it's almost dry, but still, you can even do a dry sponge and that won't pull away too much product, but you want it a little damp because you do want to pull away from those areas that you don't want the coverage, so that it just kind of blends and melts into the skin, if that makes any sense. I know I'm trying. I'm not feeling so good tonight, you guys, but I wanted to throw this section in there because I do think it's really, really important. And I did buy this brush for this video, which earlier I just got carried away. Sorry about that. Anyway, so you can just kind of go around the edges, but do you see how seamless that is? This is going to be my new technique, even for my Hourglass concealer. I think that this brush is fantastic for this. So I have a million different flat brushes like this, and not one of them worked like this magical brush right here. So this is the perfect brush for this technique. So let me show you guys my left, your right, how applying it directly to the skin, the doe foot applicator, and then trying the same technique. Well, not same technique, but using the brush to blend it out. As you guys can see, by applying it, you can end up applying too much, and it's a little bit more difficult to blend it out. You're going to need more of that BK Beauty A506. So that's why I don't recommend doing the sponge in those areas that you really want that coverage, because you want that pigmentation to stay, and you want it to be a little bit more pigmented than the rest of your face. You don't want it to be so pigmented on the areas where you don't need the coverage, because sometimes those are where the wrinkles are, and you just don't want it to be able to seep into the lines. I did notice today that it kind of started seeping into the lines there, which I didn't get to because I'd already filmed the end of the video, but I was just going to tell you guys in another video. I caked it on a little too much right there. So I've never had any work done, and I'm 47 years old here. So I've only had a little bit of Botox on my forehead and my 11s, but right here and right there, that's all al natural. That's my fine lines, and I'm almost 50, so that's going to be what it's going to be. So I have to make sure to just really be careful not to cake the product on too much there. I'm going to wrap it up here. Let's get back to the rest of the video, and I will show you guys up close the right and left side, but I didn't want to throw that footage in here. All right, let's do a little bit of contouring. We're going to use my Tenel Jai. You guys know this is iced latte. Let me show you guys right there. Iced latte. Love this product. Look at my nails, you guys. I am so obsessed with my Glamnetic nails. And I love the fact that you get $3.50 off at Ulta, just so you guys know that. So off Glamnetic. So when anything over $15, you get the $3.50 off coupon. So I'll have the link right there. This one is called, I don't know if this one's on Amazon. This might only be on Glamnetic, but I'll have the Glamnetic link right there for you guys. This is called Polar Nights. I want Polar Day too. Polar Day has like more of a purple ombre glitter. This is more of like a silver ombre glitter. This might be my favorite so far. And I love the French tip. I love Los Angeles. I showed you guys a short on that. But I think I like this one the best so far. But I do want to try the lavender purple ombre glitter one. Ooh, so pretty. All right, let's see. What brush do I want to use today? Do you like my accent? I know, it's probably terrible. I would love to have a British accent. I know I have a lot of British Glamfam sisters on our channel, so I think we'll just go ahead and use my tried and true. I was gonna try a different brush today, but I think we're gonna do the tried and true. This is the Hourglass. Hourglass. It does remind me of the Hourglass one. This is a lot cheaper though. This is my Ulta Beauty, and this is the 132 brush, I want to say. Love this brush, you guys know that. Just still loving it. All right, sometimes I like to do different brushes just to show you guys, but this is a good one, and plus it's inexpensive, so I like that. Just gonna do a little bit there. Just effortless. This is just the most effortless. You can't mess up on. It's just foolproof. I am not going to use a cream blush today because I want to use this shade I picked up from MAC. I picked it up at Ulta because they were having a 10 off 40, and I had been wanting to try a more bronzy toned blush, and after doing a lot of research on Ulta trying to find a blush of this kind of color, because sometimes I just don't want a pinky blush. Sometimes I just want the blush to kind of blend in with the bronzer and give more of a bronzed goddess look. So I really want to try this color. I'm so excited. And I also picked up this brush because I feel so bad using my Smashbox. My Smashbox. Oh my gosh, why can't I? Smashbox. Say that 10 times. Smashbox brush. You guys know this cheek brush is just my holy grail, but it's not available anymore. So I've been on the hunt for a compatible one to that. I was using the Medallion Tools one, which is a lot like that one, but it's a little too thick. I still want a thinner one. So I don't know if you guys can tell. It's still a little too thick, the Medallion Tools one. This one is just a little bit thinner, and that's what I like about the sorry, my voice. That's what I like about that Smashbox one. So I've been on the hunt for that. So we're gonna set down first because we don't want to crease up. Let's use Makeup Forever today because instead of one size, because A, I'm running low on my one size, and B, I think it would be better. So we're gonna use my, I think we're gonna use the lighter one. This is 1N14. We're gonna use that for the rest of the face, but I think we're gonna use the lighter one. Where is it at? Oh, I'm using it as a stand right now. We're gonna use the lighter one, the original one I had. We're gonna use my my Sephora puff. That's a tragedy right now. I'm gonna take that on the back of my hand, and we're gonna set, oh, why don't I use my Makeup Forever one? Oh well, let's finish that off since I already did that. I'll use my Makeup Forever one that I love. My teardrop, my original, my OG. This one never fails me through washing. All the other ones do. All right, let's do that. So 1Y08. We're gonna kind of take that off the back of our hand and set that down. Look at that, perfection. Let's mat that baby out. I'm gonna take the lighter shade on the high points of my face, and then we'll do the darker shade on the other side. All right, now I'm gonna take the 100mm puff from Makeup Forever, and you can only buy these on the Makeup Forever website, but I do have an affiliate link and it'll be down in the description box. I don't have a YouTube one for that, but it will be in the description box where you can just shop this whole look, and you can go onto the Makeup Forever site. I always recommend that because they do a lot of 15% off for first time, and also just a lot of the time. So I'm gonna take off the back of my hand so we don't have too much product on there. And I'm just gonna take this up here a little bit. All right, let's do a little contouring with my Surratt Griselle powder. Flying all over the place. This is my perfect contour powder. Can't use anything else. I just had to get a new one because I hit pan on the last one. I go through this probably the most out of any product just because it's the best. I mean, again, talk about a full pro. If you like a contour just to be soft and you don't want, then don't use a cream or liquid. Just use a powder like this. And I'm telling you guys, you cannot mess up. It will never look cakey. It will never look bad. It always comes out flawless. This is literally the best powder formula ever made. I wish they'd make a foundation powder. This is Surratt highlighter. If you don't like a highlighter to be like really glossy, you just want it to be radiant, this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Here, I'll show you guys really quick. Let's do my Wayne Goss brush. Sorry, my voice is a little rusty this morning. See how that just gives a beautiful radiant glow without looking crazy looking. They have a darker shade too if you're darker than me. This is Ariel. So pretty. It's really, really beautiful. It reminds me a lot of even Hourglass Brilliant Strobe Light. This is another one that if you just want a nice, beautiful, radiant glow, like I like to do this one up here, like right there, just to kind of give some radiance to the skin. But this is another one that you can kind of build up if you want there. Really pretty. I like this one for the inner corner and stuff like that. Gorgeous. All right, let's do some bronzing up. I was kind of going old school there, and I pulled out my Dior the other day and I forgot how much I love this product. Okay, so this is not available anymore, but this was just their setting powders, the Backstage setting powders, and this was in the shade 6N. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was like the perfect undertone for a perfect bronzed, not overdone look. This is like one of my favorites, but I can't talk about it anymore because I don't have it anymore. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to manifest this, and I'm going to pretend like they're gonna bring this back. You know, even if they don't, we're just gonna pretend. Let's use it with, this is a Chikuhodo Fude brush. We're gonna do that. We're gonna pop this right here. This gives like this beautiful bronzy glow without being too overdone. That's what I love about this powder, but unfortunately, I have a feeling though they're gonna bring it back and then like put coconut oil in it or something. Am I manifesting that in a negative way? Let's not manifest that. Yeah, it's just so pretty. I wanted to bring that out and show you guys how pretty that was, just to show you it's not available anymore. I know, you're like, really? Thanks, Kristi. Let's do the Makeup Forever. I usually do Wild Sand, but let's try Brave Maple because I never use this one. It's a pretty bronzy color. This is one of my favorite matte bronzer formulas. This one and ABH are my two favorite like matte bronzers, which I use this nonstop now, but because we're doing more Makeup Forever today, just just a little bit more bronzy glow to the skin. I want to be a bronze goddess today. Okay. I don't know. I just want to feel pretty. That's all. You know, like when you get your hair done, you're like, I just want to feel pretty. A little bit of my Sweet Beauty powder. This is my miracle powder. That is truly a miracle. And it just gives this filter on the face. Before we go in with the blush, we're going to do this. Just kind of smooth things out. I like this one on the forehead especially. I'm going to leave the kind of that top cheek area just because we're going to be putting some blush there. Ooh, so pretty. Pretty witty. All right. Now let's try this blush color. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. So this brush right here is from Amazon, and I don't even think I said the name earlier. This is called Allure. I don't know. It's probably just some crazy name that they bought on like Alibaba or something. But anyway, I really like it. It's soft. It's really soft. It almost feels like natural fibers, but it's synthetic. Really nice. I'm excited. Okay, let's try this color out. Let's see if I like it. It looks so intense. I mean, how intense does that look? But I like these reddish undertones for that bronzy look. So excited. And again, this is Pinch of Maracuja. This is a soft brush, so you don't have to worry about dusting it off on the back of your hand. Let's really kind of coat that brush though. And again, this is a putty formula, so we're gonna see if this even works with this type of brush. All right, we're gonna pop that right there. Oh yeah, yes, that's what I was looking for, where I didn't want anything too intense. Yes, 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 yes. What I like about this formula is it's very buildable. Very pretty. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, I mean, I built it up a lot because it's gonna fade anyway, but I'm gonna take a little bit of my, just to kind of blur out that area, my Chantecaille powder and petal. Take a little bit of that right there. See how that just kind of, I mean, what pores? It's just so magical, you guys. It's truly magical. I use the most blurring powders possible. I'm just gonna kind of take, there's no excess product on this. I'm just taking whatever's left over on the brush. But, ooh, 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 ooh. All right, you guys, I am gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts. I'll also insert some B-roll of previous days and today's all-day wear test as well. So I will be right back. All right, my beautiful Glam Fam, that is how the final look turned out. So I did pop on some eyeshadow from the Natasha Denona Golden palette. I do have a full review on that. And I used some fun goodies from Soshi Beauty. I had this like eye brightener. I'll put the shade right there on the waterline. And then I popped on some lashes. I did pop on my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut, and this is their new Super Boost lip gloss. I have the Polite Society XL on underneath it. So I did use this as like the lip plumper, even though this is supposed to be like a lip plumper. It doesn't really plump like that one does. And I do have Anywhere Caffeine on for my lip liner. So I will have everything down below in the description where you can pick all of that up. And that is how it looks, you guys. It looks really good. So again, I will show you guys some outdoor footage of day one right there. And I did similar look as far as like just spot concealing and using it as a concealer. So I kind of the same method as I did on the base on that day as well. I did use the NYX Freezy Face with that look. So just so you guys know that I didn't use it for this look. And then let's roll over into today's footage. And then I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I'll show you guys what that looks like outside and some check-ins throughout the day. All right, you guys, I mean, all in all, this is a solid 10 out of 10. It's a really good product and it still looks good as a concealer as well. Even though Hourglass is my favorite concealer, this is my favorite all over concealer. So Really, really like it. The shade match is perfection. Application was smooth, easy. You guys saw that. I even like the fact that even though it comes with a brush, it's a good brush. And I'm not usually a fan of that type of method. I'd rather save money on packaging, but I do find that useful, especially if you're on the go, which is really, really nice. And this blush, you guys, 10 out of 10. That is a beautiful shade for my ladies out there that like that reddish tone, bronzy or similar shade tone as me. You're really, or even darker, you're really gonna like this product. It is amazing, amazing. So all in all, I have to say I'm not as big of a fan of the Dior powder as I used to be. I used to love that one. I actually like my Hourglass one even more. I ended up going over it with my volume 3, which is the same concept. It's a setting powder. So I actually like this one better than the Dior one. So I'm okay if they never bring it back now. It's funny how our thoughts and our preferences change over time. Yeah, that's just how it is. So that is it, you guys. I mean, let me know your thoughts in the description. What do you think of a product like a multi-use concealer? What is your favorite one? Have you tried this? Are you interested in trying it? Let me know in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here because I gotta get to my appointment. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys so much. If you are new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every week, every Sunday typically. I know it's been a little sparse lately, but I just love for you to become part of our family. And if you did like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and comment below and say hello. It really does help my videos out. Even if it's just an emoji, it really does push my videos up through the algorithm. And I greatly appreciate that when you guys share, like, comment, and of course, subscribe. You can join me during the week. I do upload shorts over here on YouTube. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I'd love for you guys to be friends with me over there. I do a lot of my giveaways on Instagram, so make sure you're following me. And you can check out my blog, KristiAllure.com. And I do have all of my merch on there. I have my brand new Glam Fam short sleeve and long sleeve pajama silky tops. I'm going to wear that in a video one day. I'll show you guys right there, or coming up soon. So I love my merch so much, you guys. It is so, so cute. And I did trademark Glamorous Life Collections. So I am obsessed with my little brand there. And it really does help support my channel. So thank you guys so much. You can go on my website and click on that shop my link right there, and that will take you to all of my shelves, like my beauty shelf, my fashion, lifestyle, and all of my skincare and skincare routine and all of that fun stuff. So all of my skincare favorites will be right there. So skincare is essential for a good makeup look. You guys know that. And of course, all of my affiliate links really do help support my channel. So I greatly appreciate that. I love you guys so much. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.